Welcome to the Cooperative Extension's workshop on rangeland health and grass survey. As your agent, I'm the agent here at the Hopi tribe. My name is Susan. I work for the whole region as well. So tonight's session will be taught by two of our extension specialists, Anita Thompson and Joslyn Beard. They both are relatively new to our extension office in Arizona, but they've been doing a lot of work for a long time. And they'll tell you a little bit more about who they are. Pass it over to both Anita and Joslyn. Take it away.
So my name is Anita Thompson. I am the Assistant Area Agent in Rangeland and Livestock for, thank you, Susan, for Navajo, Apache, and Northern Greenlee counties. And I do cover a lot of the livestock and the rangeland, as well as I help out with some of the gardening and the horticulture, and I basically do a lot of everything. So tonight, though, we're going to focus on rangeland and on grasslands. Joslyn, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Joslyn Beard. I am the Livestock Extension Specialist for the state of Arizona. My office is in Tucson, but I serve the entire state. So basically, if you guys need anything and you get a hold of Susan, Susan can get a hold of me and I can be there. So my joke is I just need about a day's notice. I might move that to 2 days notice, but I'm more than happy to help you however I can. My background is mainly beef cattle. And so I've done a lot of research and extension work talking about, cattle grazing natural resources in the Western United States on rangelands. And so I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight about some of that.
All right, so we're going to kind of talk about building your own monitoring frames and utilization hoops, like we talked about in the harvest section of the sampling. So this first one here is going to be, and this is a paper that was put out by Ashley Hall, Andrew Brisky, and John Hall. It goes over a lot of the information on sampling. And then it talks about like optimum quadrant sizes based on your number of species. And it has all kinds of really cool information. But one of the things we're talking about tonight is how to make one of these monitoring frames. And the nice thing is the instructions are right here. It has all your sizes and everything. The thing that I did though is this option 1 metal collapsible frame. I actually just made it out of PVC instead of metal. There's a PVC option that you glue together down here, but I made this particular option with the metal collapsible frame, because that way I could throw it. I made it with PVC, so I could throw it in my backpack, take it apart, throw it in my backpack, and then it just attaches to the top of my backpack, and it's a lot lighter than a metal frame. And then there is this one piece that is glued together. The biggest thing with the PVC and everything is I didn't glue mine together because I want it to be collapsible, so it tends to fall apart a little bit more often than I really like. But again, I'm sacrificing the ability to take it long distances over the stability, and it just pops back together as PVC. So yeah, I think basically I used this PVC collapsible frame and then modified it a little bit with the metal. Joslyn, do you have any experience with these that you want to share?
The one I've made in the past, I've done with the PVC as well, but I also just, work with what you got kind of a situation. So I've screwed together wood before. It's not ideal, but just because it can be a little heavy and you get some splinters, but it was fine. I also have used an oxyacetylene torch and bent rebar to get it to a size. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of been my experience of just working with what you got.
And I want to say the PVC, I think, cost me a grand total of $17.45 or something for everything. And at Lowe's. And then the metal one, when I priced it out, it was a lot more expensive because it required all the specialized tools. So kind of just depends on what you want and what you want to spend. The standard PVC also, it breaks down for the back of the truck. I can put it in, like I can shove it in one of those like areas in my truck where there's no room for anything else because it can collapse flat. And so I really like it for that particular reason. This particular dimension was 40 by 40 centimeters. So, or about close to 16 by 16 inches. So it is a standard measurement that is used in sampling. And so this will be available through Susan. And again, like, if you have any questions about making it, it's very clear on the measurements and everything. So you can just follow these, but you can always just give us a call and we can, walk you through it. And then just real quick, the utilization hoops. So the utilization hoops look like, scroll up, make everyone really dizzy. Okay. So it's kind of a tiny picture, but they're just these like kind of wire hoops, and they're super lightweight. They're made out of what we call winch cable or vinyl coated cable. So 1/4 inch cable, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Home Depot, online. It is not expensive. You only need roughly 11 feet. And then in this paper, I added this paper. It's called Range and Pasture Inventory Protocols. And this is one of the ones I use for when I do all my my planning. And this is why I knocked it down to 15 minutes. This all is condensed to 15 minutes. So it's pretty crazy. But in here is how to select your plot size. And then in here, you're going to see your conversion factor. So if you want to build your hoop, and you're going to do 9.6 square foot, which is, remember I told you the conversion factor out to an even acre for 10, then you're going to need 11 feet of wire. And all you do is you measure out 11 feet of your wire, you tape it, crimp it. I don't have a crimper, so I just taped it with duct tape. And that right there is my hoop. And it actually bends up really small, and I'm able to go out and I can throw it out and and get my measurements. So it's really, really easy to make. They're inexpensive, and these are really easy to follow directions. It also tells you how to clip the plot. Do not clip shoots and stems. So it gives you all kinds of information. And this is an NRCS based protocols. So again, read them if they don't work for you. It's because it is NRCS based, but I like how well it's written and how clear it is. Really quick, while I have this open, I want to show you a couple really cool tools. Oklahoma State University has the calculator. And so if you go to this website, it will take you to this. And this is a spreadsheet that is designed in making decisions in beef cow nutrition. And I really like this. So all you have to do is enter your name, zip code, email address, who you are, hit submit, and then it sends you this page. Okay, so thank you for completing this. And then you're going to download it. And you can do on your phone, or I just picked Excel to show you. So what it does is it opens this information. Here's your home page. So you can go ahead and enter information. Your white cells and then so you enter cattle. And in here, you enter your information, what you're trying to do, your feeding period, your number of cattle, all this information, what breeds. You pick your feed in here and what you're feeding. I'm not going to run it because it takes a while, but you can pick your feed. You can pick any balancers you have, and it gives you all the information, and then it'll summarize it for you, and it'll give you all this information. It'll give you a full, all the diet matter. This is just an example. It'll give you all this information. So it's really, really cool. There's a body condition score guideline built in. So you can have that on your phone. So instead of carrying around 10 pieces of paper, trying to match up your cow, it's right here. And then your finish weight guidelines. So that's one really cool resource that we like to use and I like to give to some of our folks. And then the other one really fast is this from Oregon, the other OSU, Oregon State. It's a beef cattle nutrition workbook. And what it does is you can go in here and fill in as information left and right. you can go and there's worksheets in here. So you can fill in your animal description, your nutrient requirements, and it actually has tables where you can cross-reference what kind of frames of steers you have, large frames, and it gives you every information that you would need to fill in your worksheets and calculate it out. So these are just some resources that you can access on your own time that will help you on your planning. Okay, so that was what I had for that. Joslyn?
So real quick, Anita. So if you guys have any questions in regards to like making supplements or anything of that nature, you can call me because that's kind of my job. So if you guys are just like, you know, this is what I got with, and, you know, I can walk you through how I do it, because we've actually updated like the nutrition tables / program that we use to do some of that stuff. So it can definitely help with that. But yeah, if you'd rather just like send it off or whatever, that's what I do. So or if you have any questions, we could walk through it together and I can show you as well. But yeah, and if you guys also just put in like NRC beef requirement, it's like all these tables that come up. So if you're ever curious of like, what does this look like during this time, it will show you that as well. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Great. Thank you very much, you two, because there's a lot of information that was shared tonight. Thank you very much, Dr. Beard, Dr. Thompson. We appreciate you. Thanks, everyone. Good night.